went through all of this for this. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for being so good.
For the trust
thank you, Lord. We thank you.
As a young man here in Birmingham, to have my family be a part of the civil rights movement back in the 60s is just exciting to see how far we've come as a country. And we have a long way to go, but we've definitely made a lot of strides in the right direction.
In Birmingham, Alabama, just 50 years ago, black Americans had to fight for equal rights. Many sacrificed their lives. How far this country has come. Today was not about one man, it was about one nation. After years of division, of disunity, of disappointment, it was the day when Americans claimed back their country. Matthew Price, BBC News, Alabama.
Amazing pictures there. Still ahead here on this special edition of BBC World News America. From a village in Kenya to Germany and Indonesia, everyone was listening as Barack Obama promised today that the US is ready to lead the world once again. And we'll reflect on today's inauguration and look ahead to Barack Obama's presidency with veteran journalist and contributing analyst Ted Koppel. That's coming up. Welcome back to BBC World News America. As Aretha Franklin and others celebrated today, the attention stretched far beyond America's shores. Throughout his speech, the 44th president spoke directly to the world, and the world was listening. Tonight we have reports from our correspondents in Indonesia, Kenya and Germany. And we start with the BBC's Lucy Williamson in Jakarta, where thousands of miles from Washington, the celebration was going very strong.
Well, the party's well underway here, and hundreds of people have turned up here in Jakarta to celebrate the inauguration of Barack Obama, including some of his old schoolmates. And it seems as if everyone here in Jakarta knows the story of the man they used to call Barry, how the man who's about to enter the White House once lived in a very ordinary house indeed, in an ordinary Indonesian neighbourhood just a short drive away from here. Now, many Indonesians firmly believe the time he spent here in a largely Muslim country helped change his worldview. That in fact he's going to have a very different policy on those aspects of US foreign policy that have made Indonesians so angry. Iraq, Afghanistan, the Middle East. High expectations indeed. But as one man put it here today, the real feeling that underpins all of this is a sense that somehow Barack Obama belongs to us.
With barely any electricity to power the big screens, the energy in Barack Obama's ancestral village was almost tangible. A man they consider their son, now the most powerful in the world. Never has US politics mattered so much to people on this continent, but tonight the swearing in of the first African-American president has infused hope in the hearts of millions.
And even in Kenya here, you expect more open democracy, more humility, more tolerance, more love, and hard work.
Earlier in the day, a carnival atmosphere. These, the Obama's neighbours and friends. A community swept up in the president's dreams, dreams they expect Kenya to follow.
Well, here in Berlin, there's great excitement. I'm at an inauguration party, and people were queuing right round the building to get in here tonight. That's because Germans have big hopes that under President Obama, the United States will change, that America will start listening to Europe, working with Europe to solve the world's problems. Now, over the last few months, Obama mania has been sweeping Germany. And when Mr. Obama came here to Berlin last July, more than 200,000 Berliners came out onto the streets to listen to him. But despite the scenes of celebration tonight, I think there could be problems ahead for the US-German relationship. If President Obama calls on Germany to send combat troops to southern Afghanistan to take on the Taliban, that's something the Germans are likely to reject. And if President Obama pours billions of dollars of subsidies into the ailing US car industry, Germany is also likely to be very angry. Mrs. Merkel has already made that clear. She believes that a bailout package of that scale would disadvantage German car makers.
Steve Rosenberg there in Berlin on the man who is an American citizen of the world and now, of course, president. Well, the music and the dancing are in plenty supply tonight at the number of inaugural balls happening around the city, 10 altogether. A bit earlier we heard from Kim Gattas at the city's convention centre, which is sort of ball central tonight, and we can check it back again with her now. Kim, you've been there forever and ever, and of course they've got another 4.5 hours, I think, of dancing to go through. That means they'll go to bed at 2:30, call it 3 in the morning. Doesn't that man have a job to go to?
Well, he does indeed, but tonight is the night to celebrate, and after a very long day out in the cold, a very historic day, it is going to be a very long night. The presidential couple kicked off the celebrations by going to a ball here at the convention center, the Washington Convention Center. They had their first dance to the words of the song At Last, which was sung by Beyonce as they danced on the dance floor here at the ball. And they're now at the youth ball, not very far from where I'm standing. They're at another ball, one of those 10 balls that they're attending. It is indeed going to be a very long night. And the youth ball is one of those balls that is trying to make this inauguration all-inclusive, bringing in ordinary Americans who would usually not have the opportunity to attend those glamorous affairs. But as you said, it is indeed going to be a long night. They're going to be dancing till 2:30 in the morning. They're ending the night by going to the Southern Regional Ball. And after that, yes, he'll need to get his rest, because tomorrow the challenges are there and the real work starts.
And with all these different balls, Kim, what would you say is the tone that the first couple struck today in their speeches, but also in the way that they've danced?
Well, I have to say it is a moment of celebration. Everybody's very happy. It is a momentous day. But there is also something a little bit subdued about the atmosphere, because people are aware of the challenges that are ahead. They're aware that these are economic times. And they wanted to make sure, everybody, including the president himself, wanted to make sure that while there were celebration, it wasn't over the top, it wasn't too glamorous. There needed to be a reminder that these were tough economic times and that there are big challenges ahead.
Kim, fantastic. Thanks very much. Enough analysis there. I think you should enjoy yourself and don't expect to see you at your home until about 4 in the morning, perhaps. Anyway, as the revelers continue to dance the night away, many are celebrating this historic achievement of this nation's first African-American president.
I'm a lefty. Get used to it.
Yes, we can. Yes, we will. As long as all of us are working together. That's what America's about. That's what this campaign's been about. That's what this administration will be about. I'm grateful to all of you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.